It's al-Orq time! Oh, I could just watch these guys endlessly fight each other for hours. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Act 2 of Crusader Kings III, Road to Power in the al-Orq Dynasty. Man, we had quite a climactic and shocking series of developments in the last episode. I think we can all agree on that. I certainly wasn't expecting it. But it is those random moments that always seem to catch you off guard and really throw you for a loop. The best laid plans, of course, as I titled the episode. So, yeah, I haven't played the save file in a couple days. Partly because I've been busy with other things going on in my life, but also I needed to put a little bit of distance between myself and the game to not only process, all of the events and stuff and really just kind of have a real conscientious thought about it. And also just because I needed to relax and kind of put myself back in the mood. I think you can kind of tell that towards the latter half of that last episode, I was quite a bit perturbed, and I wasn't really paying too much attention to a whole bunch of stuff the way that I normally would. So it really kind of threw me off there. So having had a couple days to really think about it and just refresh my brain in general, I think I'm in a good mindset to continue playing this, and so we shall. However, you will have noticed that this episode is coming out the day after the last one, and that's just because like I said, I needed to give myself a little bit of a break, and also I feel that as that was basically the conclusion of Act 1 in our story, then I thought it fitting to have a little bit of an intermission, as there typically is one in the world of theater. So, yeah, having taken a look around the entire situation, look at the map, look at our characters, look at just everything that's going on, the question I had to answer right away was, where do we go from here? And with Faraz II, we're an intrigue-focused character. The first thing I did was initially, the first thing I noticed was that we're really close to a perk. And then I just kind of had a long look at each of the perks because it's actually been a while since I've played an intrigue character in Crusader Kings, ever since they expanded and changed and tweaked a lot of the perk trees. So I was just trying to decide what would be the best overall course of action for Faraz's development as an intrigue-focused character. And so we already have the Dreadful perk here to gain plus 30% to our Dread, and then I got the Fertility perk here as well as this Unshackled Lust. I don't know if we really needed to do that, but it just kind of was like something that I did in the moment, and I thought it was fine at that point. I could also just refund. Yeah, I could reset the perks here, gain some stress in the process, but then I could reallocate those points if I really felt like it. But I think we just kind of keep it the way it is. Maybe that's just how Faraz II is. He is a randy little fellow there. But having looked at the other perks, I think the best choice overall for us is to go down the Schemer branch, and that was how I felt in the last version of it as well. Schemer, in general, I thought was the best, with Torturer being second place, and then Seducer being helpful, but not as helpful as the other two. And Schemer's actually, it looks like it's even gotten better since the last time, because a lot of this looks the same or, is similar to what it was before, but Swift Execution, I think in the past it said it was just like a minus 35% overall reduction to the time that the schemes would take for murders, but then this just reduces the overall scheme phase time by 120 days, and we've seen how long it can take for each of those phases to go down. So if we're going to focus on a lot more subterfuge, then that seems to be the best overall pick. And then down here, with a job done right, then we have a plus 25% to our initial success chance, and then an additional 5% to our hostile scheme potential. So it just makes things a lot more likely to grow overall. So that's where we're going to go down. And then after that, I think we go down the perks here in Torturer. Not every single one of these is useful, or at least not as useful with the way that I happen to play. But having the extra gold from criminal contracts, the permanent reduction to dread decay. There's some nice stuff in here, and the torturer trait does get you some prowess bonus. So, and I guess an additional levy size, although we don't have any peasant levies because we're unlanded. But you know, all the same, it's pretty cool. So yeah. As far as our development goes, I think that's the direction we're going to take. It's going to be a lot more sneaky, a lot more subtle overall. And something else I noticed that I didn't notice while recording was pretty much immediately after we humiliated Naveed, he died. And in editing, I actually kind of felt bad for him. But, you know, it just kind of happened how it did. And I decided I'm not gonna fill this position on this character, at least not for now. That being said, Faraz is fickle, so at any point, he or I could decide to change my mind, and that's just gonna be how I play the character in general. Of course, we've seen that he's generous, and so anytime we have opportunities to donate some money, most likely we will, unless we like absolutely can't, because we're broke from donating so much already. And then, I think most interestingly, he's got the vengeful trait. And I was like, well, cool. So that means if anyone crosses us, we have ample reason and justification, at least on a personal level, to go after them. And then it also, of course, makes things more likely to succeed against any rivals that we might get. I could absolutely see that happening in the future. Also, we can fabricate hooks against our rivals, although we're about to get that perk in anyway, so that doesn't really make a difference. But yeah, we get an additional bonus to our intrigue and our prowess there, so there's definitely some options that we can take with that. Also, I went ahead and started a sway scheme against Fath here, because I want to go ahead and get my followers not to go up from placated to more of supporters, so I just need more guys and gals supporting me there. Why the children's opinion factors into that, especially when they're not even, you know, toddlers, is beyond me. But, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah. As far as our overall plans for the future, we have been dealt a major setback. You know, with all the successes that we had, I really started to think that this was going to be a little bit too easy. But Allah, in His infinite grace and wisdom and power and love, decided that we needed to be humbled. And so, humbled we were. And that set us back quite a bit. However, it's not all bad. We still have all of the camp upgrades that we got before. We've got a decent chunk of change despite our, you know, our generosity, and then we still have the military that we started with, or at least that we built up with our father. So really, the only place that we can go is up. We didn't get tossed back that much, but we are also very close to a game over, because as you see, that we do not have a player heir. I'm hoping to rectify that with Murwarid, of the Orc Horde here. So, and that was because I decided to, you know, marry her, make her my lover, and hopefully that encourages them to have as many kids as possible. And while I was kind of having a look around, I also noticed something genuinely really interesting. This character right here, Princess Titi of the Tulunid Sultanate. So, it looks like she is married, but for some reason, she is willing to join our camp, and only at 58 gold. So, I'm not really sure what we could potentially do with that. But, hey, I thought it was very interesting, so I just thought that for the sake of the story, we might go ahead and just recruit her, see what might happen with that. And of course, her husband comes along with us, so we'll see if he has anything to offer us of substance. I should have looked at him, so I'll do that in just a second. Yeah, I think it's probably best to get the Hast the Looter trait started, just like we saw before, because those bonuses, especially at the end, were really quite nice. We are also in a city, so at this point, is there anything that we could get? Any accessories? We're pretty much full on our inventory, right? Yeah, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. We've inherited all of our father's gear, including his illustrious journal here, and that is going to be incredibly helpful as we grow and learn, because take a look at this. We're getting 85 intrigue experience per month, and so, like, that's almost an entire perk per year, which is kind of insane. Like, I've never actually seen that before, so that is definitely going to offset some of the downsides to those most recent events there. But yeah, we don't need anything there. I think our armor and weapons are pretty good, so we really don't need to do anything. We're full on supplies. Anything we could potentially sell? No, not there. And so I guess what we might do... I'll go ahead and get some Justicar contracts spawned, because that's the thing, is I have to keep in mind now, as I am a different character, that I am not sadistic, I'm not generally a jerk like Faraz the First was, and so I gotta play a little bit more differently than before. And so I don't really see myself as being as much of a jerk as I was before, especially given that our diplomacy is our second highest stat overall. I mean, aside from like if we ignore prowess there. So, you know, it's definitely something that we have to keep in mind. But for now, I think we just go ahead and go back to what we were doing before. Now that I've sat yapping for nearly 11 minutes. And let's go ahead and just continue as we were. There we go. We immediately got our perk started. And look, 60 experience already to the next one. So we might very realistically max out this entire branch. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Looks like we can... Yep, we can just go ahead and do this ourselves. Another happy patron. Wonderful. So, Weird Whispers. I've noticed that Yekta avoids me more than usual. She always sits at the opposite end of the table whenever we're invited to a feast and consistently refuses my company while camping. We may not have the best of relationships, but that attitude is starting to tire me, especially when I overhear her defaming me. Faraz is an abhorrent fiend. I'd be a way better captain than him. Alright, so it looks like the only option here that fits, that would not give us any stress. Yeah, because we're vengeful here. Yeah, so, yep, we're gonna show her. And she became wounded, and she left our camp. Alright, goodbye. Who's this? Someone to potentially replace her? Actually, yes. Because now, as we are not a martial-focused character, see that we only have 11, having people with high martial traits is going to be more important than ever before, as we will need other people likely to lead our own troops. It's very likely that I won't be able to, or won't choose to, do it ourselves. So, apparently we can appoint him as our stooge, and he would really like us for that. So, 600 provisions? Why not? Okay, I said I wasn't going to fill that, but the game clearly had other ideas in mind. Okay, so we've seen the Starving Soldiers event. Or have we? Yeah, no, we have seen this. Artavan the Honest. So it looks like we could take his money and his stuff, and that would be pretty much the same thing that we've gotten before. We could say, there's more of you, you say, and that would... we would spend 24 gold. He would join our camp. He's actually not half bad. He's a pretty decent commander. And... say you could use another blade. That way I don't spend any money. That would still fit with our character because we are generous, and he would gain a champion. You know, I think we go ahead and just recruit him. That makes a little bit more sense because I do. Ooh, and look at that. We are already pregnant. Mashallah. Excellent. Murwarid, I hope that you and I have many, many children. She loves me to pieces. She is loyal. And so I hope for the absolute best for those two. Let me pause the game for a second just so I can reassess the situation here. So we almost have our full complement of knights, but who is our best overall? So Abdullah Nimri is our best fighter overall. Salman is a marshal of 13. He's 16, so he's pretty good. 15. Oh, he sucks. He's just a good fighter. Okay, that one. Arzong is not bad. Tamasp is not bad. Husik isn't bad. Okay, so we've got some pretty decent options, and it seems like we have a fairly wide variety of commander traits. Having the organizer trait on a couple of our characters is pretty nice, and yeah, it looks like both of these guys should stick around for quite a while, provided they don't die in battle prematurely. But, you know, this is also something I meant to do. Gonna spend... yeah, I'll go ahead and spend the gold to... or sorry, the provisions to refill our soldiers. Just get those guys fully reinforced. And look at that. Including our temporary soldiers, we have 1,700. And that was another thing that I thought. You know, we're still Captain Faraz. We are still mercenaries, and I think that we just will take whatever mercenary contracts that we can, given that we have one of the best private militaries, likely, not only in the region, but in the world. So, we'll... Oh, and just like that... Okay, well... What's this conflict here? Peasant Uprising Dissolution War? Yeah, that's not entirely likely that we'll be able to support that. So, it is what it is. That just kind of spawned at an unfortunate time. So, let's go ahead and try to finish this as quickly as we can, and then maybe we'll be able to join that. So, because this generally doesn't take very long. And there we go. Just like that. Seize the moment. Okay. So, can I accept this while we're traveling? No, I didn't think so, but I thought I would try it anyway. So, martial contest. Okay. Looks like... Oh, we would only gain stress if we lost. We have an 82% chance of success. Let's go ahead and give it a try, and we do. We need to stack as much prestige as we possibly can, so that we might get back up to at least illustrious, and then maybe claim some territory by force, or maybe do so by more... subtle means. We'll have to see. I don't really know how that's going to work. But I'm going to go ahead and immediately take this contract here. We will absolutely steamroll. Ooh, steamroll them? Maybe. That's possible, but I think we'll do pretty well with them. This is definitely the biggest conflict we've seen yet. So, time to raise all the guys. And yeah, I'm not going to command myself. Oh, can I do this? All right. So it looks like our stooge here that we just recruited would be our best choice. He's not a particularly great fighter, so that affects his commander advantage, I think. Reaver, not great. Logistician is fine. I think we go for Artavan here. Having the cautious leader, I think, is going to be best overall. Also, wouldn't be bad to go for the organizer trait. That way we would just get there a little bit faster. But it seems like this conflict might be a little bit more protracted, so let's have a look. Yeah, Artavan, get in there. Prove your worth. To me. Not to my father, but to me. Oh, that's interesting. The graphic here disagrees with our troop quality. Here it says that our troops are of high quality, but it's actually superior. Don't let them fool you, guys. Don't let them fool you. The Orc army is strong. Alright. So, while we're getting there, I'm gonna speed up a little bit. And we've had a daughter. There we go. So, unfortunately, not an heir, because women cannot inherit given our religious laws. So, I think, let's see. Layla. Oh, Layla is a lovely name, and on a personal note, that's what I want to potentially name a future daughter of mine. Oh, and wow, almost at the same exact time, she gave birth to her own daughter, so that's her 5th child now. She's had 3 sons and now 2 daughters. That's really, really nice. Well, do they already have someone named after her? They do. Oh, no, actually, yeah. They don't. Yeah, why not? Noor the Third, I guess. No. Yeah, Noor the Third at this point. Yep, because this is our sister, not our daughter. Although some Crusader Kings players do fail to make that distinction. So, onwards to victory. I guess first thing that we do is beeline over to this, yeah, beeline over to that district there. Looks like they'll finish the siege before we do. I just want to get there in time. Okay, here we go. Let's slow the game down, because I want to be more conscientious of my decisions. So these guys are taking off. Who is this? Apparently these guys. Okay, well, I guess they're doing something around here. They're stomping around. But yeah, let's go ahead and try chasing these guys. It looks like, yeah, despite the fact that we have all these penalties, we would still win. Looks like that wouldn't change anything. What if we went this way? Okay, so at least we get rid of the river penalty there. Yeah, I think we go ahead and try that. Oh, looks like they're just moving anyway. Okay. Oh, no, they're kind of ping-ponging back and forth. And look at that, we already have our next perk. This is actually kind of insane. So by the time we're ready to really start murdering en masse, it will, looks like we'll be more than prepared. Looks like we would take some attrition losses. 100 casualties? Ugh, that sucks. Alright, I guess, let's go ahead and help out this siege. If they're just going to take off into the ocean, or not the ocean, the Caspian Sea, then whatever, that's their thing. And we'll aid in this siege here. I'll have it... So generally when I siege down territories... Oh, it looks like they landed over here. Okay, so 6 months, and what is this? 7 months. Okay, so we would get their... We would get this done first, but then they would take that back, and that's his capital, right? Yeah, that's his capital, so I'm just gonna move here. If I took him on there, yeah, we will win decisively. Although, I'm not always fully convinced by that. Goodness gracious, what is this? Every single thing would stress us out. Well, I guess we go for the option that gives us the least amount of stress, right? Let's get some money out of the whole ordeal. Tidbits from far away. Visiting the local market, a merchant from a faraway land catches my attention. Come closer, my lord. Marvel at treasures never before seen in these lands. Walked right past the guards responsible for these beauties. A true knower of people that I am. This merchant might have more to give me than marvels from afar. So this should cover both trinket and information. This would give us some intrigue experience. And I guess we go ahead and go for the diplomacy challenge, because it's essentially the same outcome overall. And we convinced him, so we got that for free. If there's an opportunity for me to save money like that, that wouldn't be out of character, then I'm going to go ahead and do that. But yeah, I think we just go ahead and charge right in. We are going to win definitively, it looks like. And, well, okay, oops, we're locked in. That's fine. All right, let's go ahead and slow this down. Looks like our bowmen are being countered by the light horsemen, so that makes sense. They're pretty strong there. But we have some cavalry of our own. And looks like the commanders are, well, closely matched. This guy has a lot of traits. Good God. Yeah, so that's going to give him a little bit of an advantage there. So let's see how this plays out. Nope, we're destroying them. All right, our glory is widely known. We got some prestige out of that, some extra fame, and now we're distinguished. Very nice. So, look at that. We took 77 losses. They took 1,918 to be exact. And let's see how our champions did here. So Abdullah got 23 kills. Did any of their guys die? Yes. Emir Zaid... oh, hey, we killed someone important. Salman, my boy. Hang on, my brother-in-law? Oh, look at that. The greatest relative I've ever had so far. Excellent. Look at that. Salman putting in work, and he's only got a prowess of 12. So, hey, I'm genuinely proud of him there. Actually, let me just double-check that nobody else got anything there. Ooh, somebody else died. Killed by Satyasraya. Oh my gosh. Satyasraya. That's a hard name for me to say. Yeah, well done, my friend. With a prowess of 6 against... yeah, someone that was actually more talented than he was. Well done, and that brought the war score up to 62%, and that was the max that you could get from battles. I'm going to let these guys lock in, and we're going to destroy them. Let's go ahead and do another battle there. There we go. Now they're locked in, and we will destroy them. Although they do have a better army commander, apparently. So let's see. Oh, that was really fun, but nope. Yeah, okay, he's really good. If he had had a larger army, that would have been far worse for us. Thankfully, we only lost 10 dudes there. So, alright, cool. Well, I guess we go ahead and leg it back to where we were and help out with the siege as we did. Alright, I am afraid I absolutely require lodging. So, apparently we're going to lose stress here because we're, trying to spend some money here. Yeah, let's do it. And we got the comfortable trappings. Excellent. Alright. This is fun, guys. We're doing some actual, genuine warfare here, unlike what we did before, where it was just peasant revolts all the time. Alright. Well, so we're going to help these guys out, just kind of finish that up. There we go. A few more days. Excellent. So, that brought their war score back up, but they are still losing some here, because of it's a dissolution war. So, what we should be doing... is there a way for us to get there without taking attrition? No. But their army is also extremely weak because we wiped them all out. So, you know what? We'll take 100 casualties. I'm willing to eat that. It is fine. Because it wouldn't really make a difference if we went out to sea, I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't think so. It would be roughly the same result. And it looks like they're actually going to come towards us, which is extremely foolish, but also not entirely surprising because the AI is terrible. So, a job done right. That means our hostile schemes are going to be that much more likely to succeed. You'll love to see it. Alright, let's wipe these guys out really quick. This should be a stack wipe. Yeah, pretty much. They lost just about everybody. Excellent. And looks like Salman got another kill. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Alright, so now we just go ahead and siege their capital right down. Not sure where he's going, or where he thinks he's going, but we're going to go ahead and lead the charge here. We're actually, you know, we know what we're doing. We ran with our father. He taught us at least something about military matters, and we're gonna do him proud. Well-oiled machine. Our little forest of tents is putting itself... Oh my gosh. Our little forest of tents putting itself up every few evenings is something we've gotten very, very good at of late. First one, then another, then another. Yeah, we've seen this event, but no reason why I can't just read the first, couple paragraphs or whatever, first couple sentences. So, looks like they're just becoming friends, passing suspicion. It is a well-known fact that followers will scheme and plot, but I may be able to use this to my advantage. If I can keep my followers suspicious of each other and distracted with infighting, they will not have the time or resources to scheme against me. Would we do that, though? We're vengeful, but we're not deceitful, right? And we're fickle, but we're not necessarily like a bad person that would foment chaos within our own camp. So we could say here, 84% chance I will begin spreading rumors at once, and Vijamba, Navaba, and Noor, all three of them women for some reason. I don't know if that was like designed that way or if that was just completely random. Gain some intrigue experience there, or we'd spend some prestige if we failed, or as long as I place some spies among them, I will be safe, and that would decrease enemy hostile scheme phase lengths. I doubt anyone's going to be really acting against us, but at the same time, yeah, I guess let's just see what happens, I suppose. Looks like it worked. We got a little extra intrigue experience there. Get those perks even faster. So, how long is this going to take? 8 months? Let's just speed through that. Oh, whoa, hang on a second. Yikes. Whoa, who the hell is this? Captain Orhan of the Eminent Swath? Or Swaith? The fuck is this guy's commander advantage? Jeez. And he's got the open terrain expert. Are we in plains? No, we're in mountains. But wow, we're probably going to take a lot of casualties there. They also have armored footmen, but we should theoretically be stronger than them. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but looks like we're taking quite a few casualties. That was a really close fight there. Did he hire some like mercenaries or something? Yeah, he must have. So we're down to 1,000 soldiers. Let's take a look at that battle there. So we took 317 losses, while they took only 87. Wow, so we won that fight, but really, it was us that took the bigger hit there. Looks like no one died, none of our commanders or theirs either. But yeah, we took some heavy hits there, guys. And I don't think we'd be able to refill, correct? We're at war with the ruler. Can we scrape the barrel here, seek some volunteers? Each eligible regiment would gain 25 soldiers. I mean, hey, we're kind of desperate, aren't we? You know, that was a hard-won fight. We can inspire followers. Let's see. Yeah, actually, this won't decrease our prestige. Let's go ahead and try this. 83% chance. And cool. So we did inspire some additional help. We got an additional 100 soldiers there, and that actually took care of the 100 that we lost from attrition. We've seen this event before. Let me see. No, we already have a caravan master. I don't really need the detailed maps. But, hey, let's go ahead and pay for some... Let's get some directions. Is he going to be helpful, or is he going to rob us blind? And it was faulty, so at least it wasn't him stealing from us. That would have been horrific. Okay. So, that's the army there. So it looks like they're going to come straight back. And you know what? That actually works to our advantage. If they decide to disembark really close to me, then I will... Let me see. If I station besiegers, okay, that will leave behind our bowmen, our knights, and that's it. I'm also going to leave the siege weapons there. Well, here, I don't need to do that just yet, so we'll see. I just want to take a look at what the AI does here. So yeah, they're going out, just spending some extra money, and where are they going? Click these away while I'm at it. Oh, so they're just... Okay, whatever. I'm not even going to worry about them then. What should happen here then is once we take the capital, it should flip the war score, and it should be a win. Oh, and what was this? What is this? To the perceptive Captain Faraz of the Orc Horde, I must inform you that my acquaintance, Sultan Muhammad, is dead. Due to the circumstances, I rescind your obligation. The Stand With Us contract, worry not, I have some gold in compensation. Are you serious? Really? Hang on, but we're still in this war, are we not? Oh, wait. Does that work out for us? So, okay. The guy who was in charge is dead, but now his son is in charge, Ashraf. And we're just, I guess we're still in the fight. Yeah, because we were hired. And now it's up to 100%. So do we get our money? Do we just get a little extra, like, tip? Let's find out. Alright. Let's see what happens. Oh, an enemy joined the war, but the war is over. And so be it. Did I get anything? He's become independent. The Sultanate of Dailam has been destroyed. So I should have looked at my money. I genuinely should have looked at my money before I did that. Okay. Well, hey, that worked. We had our first proper successful war that had an actual, you know, military standing against us. Okay, excellent. That worked out really, really nicely. And immediately, good God, we got to refill our guys. Nearly 300 soldiers. Yeah, I think they earned it. I really do. We're going to spend the money, and that is exactly what we would do here as Faraz. So, if we get another chance to do that, we are fully reinforced. We still have, actually, some of our special soldiers there. Not every one of them died. Not yet. So, alright, what's this? We wouldn't gain any money, but we would get prestige and some piety. And we are technically more of a pious character, considering that generous trait, because it is virtuous. So this isn't outside of what we would do, and it looks like this would get rid of our gallows bait trait, or at least decrease our experience in thief. Okay, you make progress in the Champion of the Heart decision. What is that decision, I wonder? Let me see, is there a better way to get there? No. Okay, it is what it is. But yeah, let's take a look at our decisions, actually. The Champion of the Heart. It is said that a mysterious champion comes in a heart-driven boat to rescue those in danger. A little boat of pearly sheen and a stately champion that sat therein. If we did this, we would gain the trait Champion Errant, plus 2 knights, knight effectiveness per prowess skill, so that would be insane. And vassal opinion for glory hounds, okay? And then additional perks there. Prowess per level of fame, that's good, plus number of knights plus 1, and plus size of regiments, that's actually really nice. And then that would double it if we got it to Right Doer. So if we decided to be more of a good guy, that could be a thing. And if we did so, our house would gain Swan Song, monthly prestige per knight plus 1%. Wow, okay, that could be really nice. Accolade Glory gain plus 10%, and the Hassle Looter trade experience up by 20%. Genuinely, that is very, very worth going for. So to get that, we would have to become exalted among men. We do not have gallows bait, and we would need 4 out of 10 martial or prowess contracts of no criminal nature. And it would cost 2,000 in prestige. I don't see why we wouldn't go that. You know what? I'm going to notify when that decision becomes available. So, alright, and so let's actually, you know what? I might as well just take a look at the rest of these here. So we've seen this one here, The Travels of Faraz al-Orq, although this was with our father. So I'll go ahead and get that one notified, or like ready to be notified as well. Champion the Persian culture. The land belongs to those who dwell in it. The Duchy of Nishapur must be ruled by a true Persian. We would gain a pressed county on what? This. Okay. You start a war with the Separatist Uprising modifier for 15 years. Wow, minus 50% to siege time and 10% damage to our men-at-arms. That's really good. Okay. Hand-picked faithful men-at-arms, or you do not start a war immediately, but keep the claim, okay? If you fulfill at least 3, you will get the duchy peacefully. We have a highborn Tajik spouse. We are of the Imami faith. We have a weak hook on this guy. A friend of... Okay, or we're his friend, or we're more famous than he is. And we would have to be of the same culture. Interesting. Okay. That's something to keep in mind. If you guys know better about that, let me know what the requirements, or like what the result of that is. I'd be very curious. Otherwise, we could become a great conqueror. I don't know if this is within yeah, this is definitely not within the scope of Faraz II. This would have been much better for Abdullah if we had been able to continue playing as him. Okay. Nice. And apparently we could ascend the faith, found a holding. What's this? During my travels, I have amassed sizable wealth. These fertile, pristine grounds look like a good place to invest in and reap the benefits in the years to come. So we would construct a castle in Nukok right here. That's an interesting name. All right, so right where we're standing. So basically anywhere where we would be standing, and we'd form a holding. Okay, interesting. And then, yeah, we would become a baron, and that would be a potential way of gaining some territory. That's kind of cool, actually. I like that, but not what we would do. Although, oh yeah, we said we were going to do that already. I accepted that job. All right, Navaba here. And Salman are becoming friends. Good for them. Alright. Maybe sometimes I will change that decision there. Long after night has settled, I find myself laughing, telling stories, and drinking with Murwarid, Nur, and Nilufar. I didn't know she had it in her, but Murwarid ends up telling a particularly ribald story about 4 peasants she had seen in Nukak. After driving my eyes from the laughter and drinking a bit to clear my throat, I will tell a story of my own. They would gain some opinion, maybe throw in some extra embellishments, and it wouldn't really do anything there. Or we could make a friend out of our wife, and I think we're going to do that. So our wife is our lover, our friend, and of course our armorer as well. Look at that, sitting by the fire, drink in hand, Mistress Wurware told you a fantastic story. And that got rid of whatever stress we might have had there. And it looks like someone just became landed. Alright, good for you there, Yaya. Alright, excellent. Yep, let's get back to work. I keep getting distracted. The game feels very different. Oh, looks like he's not swayed, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and change my targets. Apparently he became disfigured at some point. So, rescue a fair subject. Yes. Actually, we've not seen this. I'm going to read this out loud. A tired Naib Shahram approaches the camp with his men. The horses stop right before my tent as I get up to greet them. That damn woman! I hear the Naib mumble. I bid you good morning, Faraz, he says, wiping the sweat off his forehead. It seems that a most beautiful woman has been lost in the woods, and my courtiers will not stop lamenting until I bring her back. A fair man! To the rescue! We must make haste or a balanced approach. Let's just go for the balanced approach, because I've never actually done one of these before. It looks like it's a pretty easy job, so I could have gone either way. It doesn't matter too much. So, I'll just make it as quick as possible. Speed right through it. And we got another perk yet again. My goodness. Alright, let's see here. Back! A high-pitched scream makes its way through the thicket of trees, and I follow. Standing in the middle of a clearing is one of the most beautiful women I have ever laid eyes on. She wields a stick like a spear and tries to keep her distance from a ferocious wolf. With a quick slash of my blade, I cleave into the beast, and the animal lets out a spurt of blood, staining the grass as it falls. My lord! The woman cries, falling to her knees. So we say we have a long path ahead of us, and that would just finish the job. We would have to bring her back, or we could try to recruit her ourselves. She's 21 years old. She's actually not a bad character. She's pretty, so we would have probably plenty of children with her. And she's also, I guess, a treacherous opportunist. She's generous, arbitrary, and brave. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, we could potentially gain another follower here, and it looks like it would really not affect us too bad. Alright, there we go. She feels honored. Would she marry us? Oh my gosh, can we just, like, stop with all the events here? I'm gonna put that aside for now. Alright, with us, yes, we will go ahead and add her to... I was gonna say, add her to our list of spouses. That's such a clinical and weird way of putting it. No, we have married Asal here, so we now have 2 wives, and I think we're gonna just kind of keep it at that. And let's go ahead and start a seduction scheme against her. It's very, very likely to succeed, and we'll just go ahead and do that. A man of unusual skills. After we have traveled together for a while, I have noticed there's just something about Abdullah. One time I saw him shoot a bird out of the sky whilst traveling, like it was the easiest thing. Today, he and a couple of others ran out to hunt food for the rest of us, coming back successful. The popularity, the amount of people flocking around him, I can't help but want to try my hand at it myself. So more than a 99% chance of success here to get the hunter trait, and we do. Excellent. And so we just gained the trait there, additional prowess, some additional stress loss, and we like fellow hunters, which, given who I know in real life, that is absolutely the case. Oh, wow. Here we go. We have not seen this event, I think, since, like, episode 2. So Husik apparently has stopped bathing himself. So I could say, regular sweating requires regular bathing, damn it. He would lose some opinion of us. We would gain hygiene disciplinarian for 10 years. Join him. Or, say, ride far ahead. I think this time we're gonna, incorporate some higher standards here. Our father may not have cared. He might have allowed people to do as they pleased, but, he's Faraz II is different. He's a different person, and thus he, has different priorities. All right, what are we going to do? I guess getting a good-looking comparison here. This gives us prestige based on the rank of the person that we expose the secret of. So we could start looking for some secrets. Yeah, search for secrets travel option. That could be a thing. But, we would definitely be able to gain a lot of prestige doing that if the opportunities presented themselves. Looks like we can... Oh, wow, we actually gained a prisoner here. So we can ransom Tamaseb here of Talakan for 30 gold. Let's go ahead and do that. Nice. And I think we need to make some request interactions here. Get some stuff. Looks like this guy doesn't want to give us anything. Ahmad here would give us 29 gold. 200 provisions. Meh. Yeah, let's get the gold. Alright, so oops. Get rid of that. What about you? She can't give us anything, and wouldn't either way. Shahab, well, he probably would. Oh, no, we requested a favor of him recently, so I guess that's why we can't. Let's get 39 gold from there. And, yeah, I guess we get the supplies this time. Not bad. Okay. So, yeah, these guys don't want to offer us anything. That's fine. Oh, it looks like we do have a secret, actually, of Yaya's. What do we know? Oh, no, we need to uncover a secret. Okay, well, hey, that actually works really, really well, given what we just unlocked. Let's go ahead and do that next. Is that a criminal contract? No, it's just like a regular contract. Interesting. Okay, not a whole lot of danger potential there, so I feel pretty good. Let's go ahead and do that. And yeah, we got an additional 30 gold there because the guy left our prison. And looks like the Persian culture has discovered a new technology. We now have city planning. So what that does is we can build village centers, shrines, chapels, minor megaliths, and trading outposts. So we're getting closer and closer to exiting the tribal technologies and closer to early medieval. And in fact, it looks like we're about to enter the early medieval period already. That's pretty cool. Nice. All right. Hopefully someday we might become the head of the Persian culture and potentially even create our own. We'll see. Classified information. Vali Yaya's suspicions lie upon his spymaster Faraz, aptly named, and so I find myself stalking him through the halls of a mosque. He is clearly deep in counsel with himself. I chant some more steps closer, hiding behind a jutting wall. I can almost hear his whispered words. Whether they're a confession to Allah or just wild muttering, I can't quite make it out. Alright, so this is our first, I think, proper, intrigue contract here. Let's sidle a little closer. We're not quite as bullheaded as our father was. We're a little sneakier than that. Does it work? It does. Excellent. Excellent, Vali Yaya booms as I bring him the news. I had my suspicions, of course, but to have them confirmed. He gestures at a guard to bring forward my pay, stroking his chin in thought. Your reward. Should I need help in the future, do not hesitate to answer my call. Farewell, Captain Faraz. Alright. Got a little extra gold, prestige, and stuff. A moment alone. No one would ever find it strange that I sit with my wife by the fireplace until late in the evening. Yet, there is a tension in the air. I want nothing more than to pull her close and tear the clothes from her body, but if she knew that, she would be horrified. Or... So, a hand on her hand would say it all. So if this works, we would gain smoldering chemistry. I mean, we're already very likely to succeed, so there's not a whole lot that we could do that would make this less likely. So, let's see. Yeah, I think a more subtle gesture here is appropriate. Asal does not even flinch as my hand grasps hers, even though we both know what it means. I can feel her pulse rising as our conversation continues. My palm sweats and my breathing becomes shallow before... What was that? Ah, only a servant. My wife and I make our excuses before departing, separately. There we go. So, it's already pretty much a guaranteed success, but it did make the chemistry a little more, well, chemistry. It's warmer. It's better. It's bigger. Alright, it's better. Alright, well, I guess that was all the jobs that we had available to us for the moment. How's the world doing? Looks like Byzantines are still caught in forever wars. This war is still going on, surprisingly. How has it not been resolved yet? Goodness me. Okay, let's have a look at the rest of the world. Oh, it looks like the Kingdom of Norway exists, and, well, they are facing a lot of conflict there, so they're not having a good time. And also, it looks like the Sami people are forming a lot of territory there. Good for them. You go, guys. And we've got the Kingdom of Novgorod. We've got the Russian people. Oh, and this guy's got the Conqueror trait, so that's not surprising that he's expanding his territory rapidly. What about these guys? So, looks like this person's still around, and this guy's just managing the same amount of large territory there. Okay, looks like King Charles III is, well, not a very good dude, not a very pious one either. Yeah, alright, good for him. Oh, and actually, I didn't even notice this, but Al-Andalus, the Muslim nation, has exploded, and Leon is kind of going crazy. They're expanding. They've got the central part of the country and part of the coast here. Oh, it looks like they have a little separated exclave here. Alright, so we'll have to see how that develops as time goes on. It looks like the Tulunids are making very, very small incremental gains there. And Ghana looks like it has expanded. Yeah, everyone's doing kind of good. Nubia exists. And what is this? Blemia. Cool. You go, guys. Form those territories. Form those kingdoms. Hey, and U is still around. I fucking love it. Alright, hell yeah. So we're going to go ahead. Let's gather some provisions before we leave. It looks like, yep, we were successful. Can we get any others before we head out? Let's do that. So we're going to go ahead and buy some. This is the first time we've ever done so in the campaign, but that is in line with our character, so that's how we're going to resolve that. Okay, let's get the hell out of here and move somewhere else. The question is, where? Because we could go back to a lot of the same places that we saw before. In fact, we could go and visit... actually... Part of me wants to visit the Byzantines and, like, just see what the hell is going on over here. Maybe we make a difference. So, we'll go kind of a step at a time and kind of make that a goal for us. That's not a very, very safe place to go. Let's see how we can improve things. Let's go this way instead. And we'll do this. There we go. That didn't really make things any better, so let's try something else instead. How about this way? That would make things even worse. No. Well, actually, no, wait, hang on. Okay, no, that did make things better. I just didn't see that the first time. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, there wouldn't be a whole lot we could do unless we hired some mercenary guards, and even that wouldn't guarantee our success there. What else could we do to reduce the danger? Could we get some of our Explorer Kit? That would get rid of that stuff. What about Pathfinder? Well, at least that would get rid of the high danger, so that's how I think we're going to do that. Only 2,600 provisions to spend, and it looks like we've got Demir here of the Oghuz Band of Ustjort. And I guess he suffers from seizures every once in a while. Alright. Cool. Hey, Ruin Rambling. We've seen this many times. Do we find anything? And we find a trinket. Potsherd. Clergy opinion up by 2 and Zealot opinion by 3, as long as they're a vassal. That's not very good. That's something we're probably just going to sell. Make a little extra cash. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and see what's here in the castle. We got this guy here. Wow. Faridan. He's a really, really great character. Could I just... Yeah. Our Master of Arms. He would replace Salman. Ooh. Could I... Wait, is that... No, that's not our brother-in-law, is it? No, it's not. It's the other Salman. The one that I just, like, I don't care about as much. I can just sway him if nothing else. Yeah. I really like the idea of having this guy around, so let's go ahead and join our camp, my friend. He's going to hopefully stick around for quite a while, and I think, let's see, what else could we do here? So these guys are both 33, and Farukhzad is a better fighter. He's 85 gold. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring him on. He's got Flexible Leader, which is a great trait. I am a fan. Alright, a story. Could get some wit experience. Do we have... No, we don't have any stress, so we don't need to do that. Diplomacy experience? Nah, let's just get the story. We're just gonna give everyone money here. Alright, anyone else we could recruit here? We got a poet with a lisp. I applaud his bravery there. Alright, Susanna, that's a cool name. She's apparently flagellant and inapathetic, so she unfortunately doesn't always see the point in feeding herself. Alright, and she's an elusive shadow, so not a bad character. She would come with a husband who's just kind of meh overall. And then we have Zond here, decent fighter, decent commander. He's got actually a military engineer trait. So let's see. Yeah, 88 gold. Spend it all, man. Spend it all. Let's go ahead and sell what we just got. We're going to sell the potsherd for 16 gold. That's about what I expected. Alright, and it looks like we have a criminal contract here. But part of me wonders if I should really try to go for this trait here. It would be a while before we became exalted among men, and really, there is a way to remove your gallows bait trait, right? Yeah, you can just kind of do this, spend some money, prestige, and piety, and you lose experience there. So, you know, if we keep it low, then we could definitely do that. So, I don't know. There's part of me that is tempted to go that route. There's part of me that's just kind of attempted to do as my father did here. So, if you guys have any thoughts and opinions on that, please let me know. I would be curious what you guys think. All right. If we didn't have the mercenaries, yeah, that's pretty dangerous. So, there's really not much we really shouldn't go without them. All right. We're going to go ahead and do a couple more jobs, and I think we'll be ready to move on. All right. So, we've seen this before. I will not desecrate the dead. So how would Faraz respond to this situation? Would he rob a tomb? He's vengeful, generous, and fickle. So he wouldn't really be after taking money. He's more about, giving it away. So I think we won't desecrate the dead. We leave them be. That makes the most amount of sense to me, I think, in that situation. All right. So could have Friedrun here work out this dispute with the guy we just hired. He doesn't have a job. Why not? Didn't we appoint him as our one thing? Where was that? Master of Arms or something? I don't recall. Bodyguard. Okay, well, I guess he doesn't have a job here. Or I could just say this. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. There's really no reason not to. Cool. Alright, another job done. What's this? A lowly delicacy. On our way through Lahij, we appear to have stumbled into a local food market. Everywhere, peasants and nobles of every culture and tongue clamor around exotic food stalls, the air thick with fragrances I had never imagined. My nose is drawn to a lowly stall, stacked with a dish I could only dream of. I am pulled out of my haze by the halting grasp of Fath. Do not waste your palate on this slop, my lord. Sambusas are for peasants. We have much finer foods at home. Well, I don't know, man. We might both technically be part of a noble house, but we're like nobody's guys. My guy. I think we go for this option. 10% chance that we become ill, 30% chance we have a nauseating meal for a couple years that would increase our stress, or we have a good meal. Let's try it. And unfortunately, the food was in fact disgusting. We should have trusted our guy. All right, you know what? I'll keep that in mind for next time. Should the opportunity arrive. Trinkets. Why does it say we have one? That seems to be a bug. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's gone. Alrighty. Let's do another boundary dispute. And do all the same. We've seen that many, many times. Foreign fruits. Life is an adventure, even for the stomach. Yeah, let's try it. And we gain provisions. God, we keep getting this one? Whatever. Yeah, I mean, I really don't see why you would pick anything other than curses we're going to be late. The only thing this does is make the delay just a few days shorter. Yeah, it's whatever. We're not really on a time limit there. Ah, there we go. Our seduction scheme was successful. And our bed has been decorated with seashells. Alright, cool. As we were united, we are now in heart. Now, do we have two lovers? Yes, we have two lovers now. All right, excellent. So hopefully we just start popping those kids out. With all the fertility bonuses plus her pretty trait, hey, maybe we'll start passing some traits down to our kids. All right, Layla is a traveler just like us. That makes sense. She's going with us. What is this? Render unto Abd al-Ghafur city gates. Captain Faraz, welcome, cries Naib Kurush as my party and I enter his city. My quartermaster Nilafar bobs along behind me, alert and ready to assist. In short order, I am introduced to the other magnates of the town, Fahab, Alayar, and Layla. We are sure that you will agree with us when we say that we simply could not, nay, would not, hide anything from Vali Abd al-Ghafur, rambles Kurush. If the obvious shaking in his voice wasn't a giveaway, the sweat pouring off him would be. Alright, so this guy's a craven, he's a glutton, and he's zealous. Really just seems like a shitty guy. And then what about these other guys? Actually, yeah, pretty decent characters. Wow, his prowess and his stewardship are fantastic. And yeah, Layla's got decent stewardship and prowess as well. Cool, so what is this? Alright. Is this a different job? What is this? Oh, collect taxes. I didn't even realize that. I've grown so accustomed to seeing the boundary dispute, I didn't realize it was a completely different job. Okay, so this is new. Let's start with Kurush then. Kurish's quarters as the city's Naib are surprisingly extensive. He leads me to a room that serves conferences. Clearly. Wow, that scroll bar actually covered that word up a little bit. That's weird. Serves conferences of the settlement's most important people, seating me at the head of the table. Honorable Captain, surely you must see that the Vali's avarice is misplaced. He has vested you with his authority. Help us in this matter, and we will see to it that the world knows of your generosity. He said the word. Oh, no. I think he's trying to appeal to our character. It's working. As he speaks, my mind flits back to a large chest of what seemed to be silver we passed on the way in. So we could try looking through his financial records, try to catch him out in a lie. That coin, I'm confiscating it on suspicion. That would gain us gallows bait. I'm going to avoid that here. Nilafar, begin your examination. Yeah, let's just go with the option that has the most amount of success and do it there. Was that successful? With Nilafar leading the interview, Naib Kurush sits down to answer a seemingly unending barrage of questions. At first patiently, then increasingly less so as time wears on. It doesn't take too much effort to prise the truth from him, something that he seems near terminally surprised by. May our luck hold for the next one. Alright, so that one worked. And I guess we just go for the same option there. We see Vahab runs Simnon's main market square, a simple yet profitable affair. Ah, that rhymes. He manages stall spots, charges fees, collects taxes for the Naib, and all the other expected trappings. I'm a busy man, you're a busy man, so I'll be blunt. If we had the money, we'd pay it gladly, but we don't, so we won't. That's sufficient. Yes, he talks as we walk, and I can't help but notice us pass a storeroom filled with luxuries, alright? Nope, begin your investigation. Alright, looks like that, yeah, was the same text there, and we still have this guy. It seems Alayar controls a small jail, earning his wealth by keeping debtors, vagrants, and criminals locked up on others' behalf. A tidy sum in fees and fines from the confined supplements in the operation. I like to play fairly, Captain Faraz, both in business with my lessers and with my betters. But fairness is only warranted if everyone is a party to it. Otherwise, well, that's how some people get bad blood. He keeps chatting, but I cannot seem to forget the well-stocked kitchen we wove past to get here. Yep, Nilafar, you know what to do. Cool, it worked. And then finally, Layla. A spot of luxury. Layla runs a thriving bathhouse within Simnon's walls. There's no fool alive who can't appreciate a good bath, washing away the dust and grime of the modern world, and a few coins for the privilege is well worth the cost. Alright, that's the same text there that we saw before. Do your thing. And cool, it worked. We have 4 pieces of evidence out of a possible 4. We've investigated everybody. And we gather in Naib Kurush's chambers, a suitably dramatic place to render my verdict. With the Vali's word behind me, this will be binding, one way or another. Vahab, Alayar, and Layla all await the pronouncement on their fate with bated breath, whilst Kurush seems nervous for the first time since my arrival. My gut tells me that they could likely pay at least some of it, and my investigations show that to be entirely true. So because we're generous, I think we go for this option here. Let me see. You find in favor of Naib Kurush against Vali Abd al-Ghafur. This would be a special failure. We gain 1,500 provisions, so that would nearly fill us up. And we would technically fail in our job. But let's see. What else would we got here? Yeah, nope, we don't go for that because we would gain stress. All right. He cannot afford this. A chorus of cheers breaks out from Naib Kurush, his toadies, and even the servants who had evidently been listening at the keyhole as I tell them they're excused from paying. Vali Abd al-Ghafur is unlikely to be a fan, of course, which means I'll like as not see no coin for all this. But what kind of a price can you put on adulation anyway? A convivial evening follows until Kurush is able to pull me aside for a quiet chat. Ah, you've done right by us, Captain Faraz, as I knew you would. I respect that in a leader. If you'd like, I have connections elsewhere I could use to reinforce your good name in the Shahdom of Rai. So we could gain him as a patron, or we could gain a pressed claim. Is that pressed? Yeah, a pressed claim on the Duchy of Rai. Interesting. Okay. I mean, may the people smile on my name. Hell yeah. Alright, so expulsion invalidates contracts. Oh my gosh. Tabaristan Shah Sulaiman's edict of expulsion cancels and nullifies any and all contracts you were taking, or might have taken in the Zaydid Shahdam. To the impotent Captain Faraz, consider yourself warned. You and your ilk have outstayed your welcome in Tabaristan. If you do not take your camp elsewhere, I shall be forced to consider you a fugitive and make you leave. That cretinous Tabaristan Shah threatens me? Oh, hell no. Okay. Very, very interesting, guys. Oh, I guess this is the last event of this episode here. My wife, Mistress Murwarid, is with child, and I should be overjoyed. However, she's been acting strange, and I cannot shake the feeling that something is wrong. It is hard to believe that she would ever betray me like this, but could it be that I am not the father? Very, very unlikely. She loves us, she's our lover. It's super, super unlikely, and yeah, we're not going to say this. I must be the father, surely. But yeah, unfortunately, we need to either confront her or look into this discreetly. Now, gonna be honest with you guys, this event, to my knowledge, has been bugged since day one and still has not been fixed. Every time you say, I'm gonna look into this discreetly, she manages to find out. So, let's see if it still happens. Does it? Maybe? Did they finally fix that broken event? Oh, no, hang on. Nope, there it is. I spoke too soon. I had hope, but for a second. And unfortunately, it seems that my fears may have been unfounded. Despite every effort on the part of my spies, I found no indication that Mistress Murwarid has been unfaithful. Unfortunately, she has found out about my suspicions and is very disappointed in me. Of course I trusted you all along, my dear. Yep, that event is still bugged. Paradox? Come on. Alright, whatever. So, she lost a little bit of an opinion of us, but looks like in about 5 years, that will have gone away. So let's do this here. We've got the final perk of the episode. So prepared for anything. Initial enemy hostile success chance is down by 25%, and enemy hostile scheme success chance against our courtiers is minus 15. So that just makes us a little bit less likely to be acted against. Anyway, so yeah, very interesting, guys. Hang on. So, okay, you know what? Here. I'll extend the episode just for a little bit because I'm very, very curious. What's the fastest way out of here? Looks like here to Gilan. Alright, we're just gonna go to this mosque. Oh, it looks like it's being built? No, it's here. Alright, gonna go to this mosque. Let's, yeah, whatever. Spend a little gold. We spend money all the time. Alright, we've moved our camp, so now we're officially out of his territory. If we declared war... Duchy invasion. We have a claim here on the Shahdam of Rai. So we're not illustrious, so we can't quite do this yet. As you see, it won't even allow us. But yeah, we have a pressed claim. This kid's only a 10-year-old. So this might be the way that we potentially, get our first bit of territory and start conquering ourselves. We'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching. Crusader Kings here. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Next time, it looks like we're going to start with a Stand With Us contract. We're going to start going to war. Hell yeah. If you enjoyed the video, please, I would ask that you give this video a like, potentially comment if you so desire, and if you haven't yet, hitting that subscribe button. Every little bit of engagement helps grow the channel and gives me that much more motivation to keep going. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all next time.